Welcome to that Shady Buffalo Podcast, a podcast about unimportant things that for some reason
Some
are
reason are
important.
important to us.
Yeah. And I am your host.
Yes.
That was weird.
David Cole in the house.
All right, we are back. If you couldn't tell, if you're not on YouTube, then you're missing half the joke here. We're back with the snack bracket. So this is we're calling it the sweet region. It's basically cookies, except for there are a couple of not cookies. So
what are they?
we have Oreos and Nutter Butter bars, or Nutter Butter cookies. I don't know what I get Nutty Buddy bars in my head as I say Nutter Butter, but it's the same thing. So we have Oreos and Nutter Butter cookies. We have Animal Crackers and Teddy Grahams. Those two are more like crackers, right? But they're super sweet crackers. They're not like Ritz or like a saltine. And you have the Milano, the EL Fudge Elf Witch cookie, and then Chips Ahoy Chewy versus regular Chips Ahoy. So mostly cookies and then a couple of sweet cracker options. But this is our fourth and final bracket here, and we're gonna get into our champion. Now we don't have all the foods here to go back and retaste, so we can't go back and retaste an anybody bar and retaste some of these things that are the champions, but we're going to crown our champion here today as well. So I think without further ado, we should go ahead and get into it. The first matchup, I don't know if you guys have, go ahead and grab those. The first matchup, we have an Oreo, pretty classic, I guess a Nutter Butter bar. Sorry, I'm going to do that every time because I'm so used to saying Nutty Buddy bars, but the Nutter Butter is just like a cookie, so it's not a bar, obviously. I've always been a fan of both of these. And I've tried to pair them again based off of similarities. So the Oreo and Nutter Butters are, I believe, both Nabisco, right? And they're not Chips Ahoy. They're not chocolate chip cookies. So they're both in that way they're similar. Animal Crackers and Teddy Grahams are both crackers, and also animal shapes. Then the Milano and the Milano and the Elf Witch are both cookies with chocolate in the middle, and then the Chips Ahoy are both two different Chips Ahoy that are obviously very similar. One's just the standard Chips Ahoy, and one's the chewy. So just like the last bracket, we have some pretty similar head-to-heads, and then we'll get into some variations once we get past the first round. But Alex, let's go ahead and start off with our first matchup. And your thoughts?
Oh, man. Well, we got the Oreo here versus the Nutter Butter. I can say it for you, David, so you don't have to worry about saying Nutter Butter bar. But, man, I like both of these a lot. I'm a big peanut butter person. Obviously, I had Nutty Buddy bars going all the way to the final four, but there is a reason why an Oreo is labeled as milk's favorite cookie. It's even good without milk. I like a double stuffed one too, but even without double stuffed, this Oreo cookie tasted fire. So I am going all in on the Oreo over the Nutter Butter. The Nutter Butter can sit there and catch all this dust because I'm not even touching it anymore, because that Oreo was just an incredibly great taste in my mouth. And my goodness, I don't even know if I want to move on to the next one. I just want to eat all of them right now.
Well, to follow on the triumphant tales of Mr. Golden here, I'm going to go Oreo. I'm going to bring back a word that's not a word, but I've coined it on previously: dissectability. Let's go on the dissectability here. Oreos, that's their thing. That's their thing. You bring them apart. I will say the Nutter Butter had a higher ability on the dissectability. I was able to get the entire outer ring, I would say, of the peanut butter. But honestly, the peanut butter is not good. Like if you try the peanut butter by itself, it is not a good peanut butter. It really can't decide what it wants. It's like almost a little bit chunky, but it's really just creamy. But it's not even like a good creamy. It's like it's peanut butter that's whipped, and it's just bad. It's just bad.
It's more like almond butter.
Yeah, it really does. It's got an almond butter thing, and it's a fraud. It's a fraud. Let's be honest. Nutter Butters, you're frauds. Yeah. You are frauds, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, as a big fan of peanut butter, I do like the Nutter Butters. I'm not as down on them as it sounds like you guys are, but it's not. But it's still not close. Like Oreos are incredible. I deliberately did not choose double stuffed Oreos just to like not give them even more of an advantage because I knew
Yeah.
Oreos would probably be the favorite heading in anyways. So they didn't even need double stuff to be this good. And I do have a glass of milk here, which only helps Oreos, and other things too probably, but it felt like the appropriate beverage to wash these down with. So Oreos in a big sweep, not even close. In our next matchup, we're going the battle of the animal shaped cookies, or sorry, crackers. We do have an animal cracker, and then which is the classic of all classic crackers, especially if you're going to go animal shapes. But you also have Teddy Grahams, which we have probably all had since we were little kids. And I mean, I know I've had both um, since I was a little kid. So, and I've always liked both, even though they're both pretty plain, pretty like whatever, basic, as Alex likes to say of me, in my food tastes. But I think that
This is right up your alley, David.
yeah, these are both pretty just dry, plain, basic foods.
Eating a cracker.
So, I will. I'm not sure where I'm going to go. I have an idea, but I'm not 100% sure. So,
Are these the honey Teddy Grahams?
they're like the honey. Yeah, I think the honey is
Okay.
like the original.
The original, yeah.
Yeah, that's part of why I went that way. I do like the chocolate actually, but I went with
and the
original
cinnamon. Ooh.
and the cinnamon. But
Mhm.
these are the originals, so that's why I went with the originals. Because I'm pretty sure these are all like originals, except for the Chips Ahoy Chewy. But I mean, those are pretty much original at this point. They've been around for a pretty long time. I mean, as far as I know, they've been around for a very long time. So, John, do you want to lead us off on this one, or do you
Yeah,
wanna,
I mean, I am just I feel like I'm in CCS after school care again. This just it's just like bringing back like little waves of memories. I feel sad that I don't have some great value orange Hawaiian punch that your grandma bought for us, David. These I've got to go animal crackers. They are so quintessential from my youth. I know I'm probably not gonna win this one, but I just love an animal cracker. I mean, you get them by a barrel. I mean, you don't get Teddy Grahams by a barrel. You buy for the same price as a box of Teddy Grahams, you get a whole barrel of these bad mama jammas. Size ratio, it's great. They're very comparable in size. The sniff test, the animal crackers smell better to me because my Teddy Grahams were 100% next to my jerky. And they just smell like straight up jerky right now.
That's not fair. That's just like your own fault.
I'm not saying it's definitive. I'm just saying that the animal crackers
Dude.
smell better.
Okay, let me ask you this. What is your favorite animal to have from the animal cracker? If you can like
the elephant.
pick one out. The
elephant. It's the biggest one.
I had a horse and I had a camel.
the bear?
I had a horse.
I had a horse. But these little Teddy Grahams are so cute, man. Like they're just like begging you to give them a hug. And they're actually
Instead you eat them.
Yes, but they're more defined.
Yeah.
Like look at this elephant. Look at this little elephant right here. What's going on with his trunk? He's got a sinus infection. That's
but
so
look at
cute.
the Teddy Graham. You can even see the eyes and the nose.
Now you can
and
tell
the
it's
mouth
an elephant.
and the ears.
Oh no!
Honestly,
I dropped the cat
Eyes
animal
and
cracker.
ears and mouth and nose. Sorry, what was
Teddy Grahams are winning this round. Okay. Teddy Grahams are clearly winning this. I'm sorry. Animal crackers are so overrated. They're not even good. Like literally, bro, like frosted animal crackers, that's one thing. But like these are these are what you give little
the
kids.
pink frosted or the white frosted?
Either works for me, but I even like the one with the sprinkles on them too.
No sprinkles.
Have you seen those?
Yes, no sprinkles. I've had those. No sprinkles.
But those are good too.
No, they're not.
I could eat all of them. Yeah, they are. What are you talking
David,
about?
if you need to get rid of the
I don't like
crackers, just bring them to church on Wednesday. I'll take them home for you.
Perfect.
Animal crackers, I'm sorry, but it's just got to be Teddy Graham. It's got a better flavor.
Yeah.
It's if David picks animal crackers,
I'm picking Teddy.
System.
I'm picking Teddy Grahams.
Thank you. This is gonna make me sad.
I love animal crackers
This
as
is
a
gonna
kid.
make me sad.
There's a reason why as a kid you like them so much. They're very plain. But honestly, so are Teddy Grahams. They're just a little bit less plain. So honestly, neither one of these should get out of the second round. So Teddy Grahams is going to get my vote for now, and it will advance to lose to Oreos.
I don't know about that.
Well, come on now.
Brother Lopez calls me
okay.
Teddy for a reason. Okay, I got to stick with
Well,
the theme.
you can vote for them, and John and I will vote for the Oreo.
Yeah.
But
Don't
wrong with
spoil it. We're not even there yet. We're still in round one.
I mean, come on.
You guys are killing me over
Any
here.
other matchup ever? This is like the most spoiled matchup. Anyways, the next real matchup is the Milano cookie against the EL Fudge Elf Witch. The Elf Witch, as a kid, I used to see those, and they looked so good, and they were never as good as they looked, in my head. But the Milano, that's a good cookie. That's a good cookie. Pepperidge Farm knows what they're doing. Pepperidge Farm, Pepperidge Farm, I'm just gonna keep saying Pepperidge Farm over and over again until someone stops me. I've always
Pepperidge
liked.
Farm always knows.
They always know. I like the Milano. I like they have a living cookie that's really good. I don't know. They have some good stuff. They're overpriced probably, but they're also pretty good. So as you are finishing up, we can go ahead and get started on your first thoughts on the matchup and your winner pick for the Milano. The Pepperidge Farm is the Milano, and the EL Fudge Elf Witch is the like the Keebler, right?
Keebler.
Yeah.
So, Alex, what do you think about this matchup here?
Man, this is closer than I thought it was going to be. I actually like the Elf Witch. I'm not saying it's going to win, but I do like how much more chocolate cream is in the middle. I wish the Milano had a little bit more cream in the middle, but I think the cookie is better from the Milano. So if we're going strictly off of cookie, I would pick Milano, but I do like the fudge inside of the Elf Witch. This is really tough. I didn't think it was going to be that tough. I thought it was going to be Milano hands down, but man, I feel like you both are going to go Milano. So I'm going to go Elf Witch just to give it some love, but I expect Milano to win this one.
Well, so the Elf Witch, it's okay. Dissectability, it wins. But it's almost like too much chocolate, whereas the Milano doesn't have enough. I'm gonna be honest. The Milano, that's as the Cheez-Its were, it's like a sign of wealth, man. It's a sign of affluence. High level individuals. I mean, the Elf Witch, honestly, every other cookie we have on here, that's like, okay, it's a payday cookie. Mom gets these at the grocery store on payday. Milano's, that's like tax check, tax refund cookie right there, ladies and gentlemen. That I just got to go Milano. The flavor is good. The shortbread is very crisp, very nice. It just snaps, and it's just great. It's fantastic. You can't go wrong with Milano.
Yeah, for myself, I prefer the Milano. To me, yes, I wish the Milano had a little bit more chocolate, but the Elf Witch, the chocolate, the fudge that's there isn't that good. And
there's so much of it.
And the cracker part of it, like the edges of the cookie, the sandwich part of it, you know what I mean? It's not very good to me. It's like actively detracts from the enjoyment of the cookie. Whereas the Milano, everything is good. I just wish there was more chocolate. So there's nothing taking away from my enjoyment of the cookie. Unlike the Elf Witch. So there are some different kinds of Milanos that have. There's one that's like a double dark chocolate. I just went with a regular milk chocolate, but there are ones that have more chocolate on them. I'm sure they're amazing. But okay, so our last first round matchup is ahead of us. We have two chocolate chip cookies, Chips Ahoy, just the straight up Chips Ahoy, and the Chewy. I've always been the standard cookie guy myself, but I'm not sure. I haven't had the Chewy in a long time. So, Alex, you ready to give thoughts?
Oh, I'm ready. This is the easiest matchup I've seen in this bracket. Give me the traditional versus Chewy. I do not like the Chewy Chips Ahoy whatsoever, and I actually think the consistency of the original crunchy Chips Ahoy is way better, especially if you're dipping them in milk. You can get that harder cookie a little bit softer, bite right into it. The other one, I don't know. I've never been a fan of Chips Ahoy Chewy. Anytime Annie happens to buy some Chips Ahoy and she buys a Chewy one at the house, I don't even touch it. It's not even worth my calories. So, this to me was a slam dunk. Chips Ahoy original, knocking down Chewy. Whoever says Chewy, okay, I'm sorry.
Well, Ezra thinks that Chewie is really funny some reason, but it's for a very different reason. We both have matching pajamas that have Star Wars characters on them. And he likes to point to the character, and then I'll say the name. So like it'd be R2D2. I'll say R2, and 3PO and Vader and Yoda. And he will just like okay, he'll like point to it, and I'll say it, and he'll react non-verbally, and then he'll point to Chewie. I'll say Chewie, and he'll cackle like it's just the funniest thing he's ever heard. No idea why, but he thinks it's pretty great. That's
cute.
On target. Stay on target. John, your thoughts?
Going original. I actually was going into this wanting to pick Chewie. The original.
What are these food takes?
Okay, well, I picked the right one. Gosh, man, chill.
You said you went into it going to pick it. What is wrong with you? Why?
I picked the right one. Again, it goes back to the consistency. I like that. I like the consistency of it, but like I've said, the after the after meal experience is not nearly as good with the Chewy. It takes so long to swallow the Chewy cookie. It like the normal one, you're good to go, and like it goes down one gulp. This dude sticks with you for like an hour. It's terrible. Like I'm still like guzzling down water trying to get it down. It's not good. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. My preconceived notion was absolutely correct on this. The Chewy is not a good experience in almost any way, really. And the flavor is fine, but
it smells kind of clay.
Yeah, well, that
it does have that clayiness to it.
It doesn't shock me at all. But the standard being able to dip it in milk same with the Oreos, being able to dip it in milk just like changes the game. But even without that, I'll take the standard.
Yeah, I mean, milk is supposed to make it chewy, not itself from being undercooked. Make it soft.
Yeah,
like that. That's what it is. It's just undercooked.
Yeah, I mean it's not technically, but it feels that way. Was what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, so that was a clean sweep. So we've had 2 clean sweeps, Oreos and Chips Ahoy, which are 1 and 2 seeds. So let's go back.
There should have been 3. I really shouldn't have picked Elf Witch, but I just did it for the sake of the podcast.
Yeah, that's okay.
Man, those Elf Witch crackers taste like more bland than the animal crackers.
I think I would agree. They're not good.
It's better than the chewy Chips.
The fudge is good though.
Yes,
I still would. Yeah, I would agree. With
that. I'd pick it over that easily.
Let's rank the 8
right now
when we're done.
When we're done, okay. Yeah, probably should do that when we're done because right now we don't.
Sorry,
because we don't want to give away.
I apologize. You're right.
Let's go ahead and go to the Oreos that I've already a little bit spoiled. For me, this is a no. I'll go first this time. I haven't gone first this whole time. For me, this is a no-brainer Oreo. Oreo is 100% a classic. The Teddy Grahams are fine. It's the kind of snack that this is a new experience for me. There are certain snacks that Ezra will eat that I will just like let him eat and have no interest at all. There are other snacks that he'll eat and I'll be like, well, I'll take one of those and I'll see if he'll like give me one. So like goldfish, right? So if he's having Teddy Grahams and if he like wanted to playfully give me one, I'd definitely eat it. Whereas, like Oreo is something that he wouldn't have yet. But for myself, Oreo all the way for this one. John, what do you think about this matchup though?
So, I mean, easily Oreo over Teddy Grahams. I mean, Teddy Grahams, they're something, I guess, but I've never gone into the store and I'm like,
better than animal crackers.
I have got a big old hankering for some Teddy Grahams. No, you say I'm going to get me some double stuffed Oreos, a gallon of dairy-free milk, lactose-free milk.
Disgusting. Come on now.
Some good old lactose-free milk so you don't die. And you just enjoy that. I mean, fun fact though, Oreos is actually a knockoff of a brand called Hydrox. Because Hydrox sounds like a delicious cookie that you want to eat.
Yeah, it sounds like a medicine.
Yeah, but Oreos, that actually won out. If you actually look at the front of an Oreo of the cookie, there's like a bunch of conspiracy theories that it has something to do with the Knights Templar, because of the roses looking things that are also kind of crosses. If you look up on Reddit, you can't even see that because of the lighting. Maybe a little bit right there. But if you look up on Reddit, there's all kinds of conspiracy theories about Oreos being somehow connected to the Illuminati and the Knights Templar. So that's really fun. I mean, if I gotta pick a conspiracy theory, that's my favorite one.
That
Oreos.
was pretty safe.
Yeah, not
Well-
JFK Jr.
Man, the smell test, if you go just by that, Oreo wins hands down.
Really?
If you go with the taste test, it even doubles down on that even more. I mean, I love Teddy Grahams for what they are, but they don't compare to an Oreo. Come on now. This
Yeah.
is just like not even, this
Yeah,
is like a
that's-
heavyweight versus a lightweight. They're not even in the same category. So, man, Oreo, fantastic. I really wish I would have got some milk. I do have a question. Have any of you ever just got like a small glass of milk and like just put your Oreos in them and let them just sit there for a little bit?
No.
No, I usually dip it and hold it there for like 2 or 3 seconds and then take it out and eat it.
Yes.
Oh,
It's kind of gross.
I use a fork and
So does Stacy.
and I put it in between the cream, and
So
then
does Stacy.
I hold it in there till it starts to basically dissolve. Like I like the edges to basically dissolve on the cookie. Then it's just like an experience of euphoria right there.
There's
It's a
no
waste of
wrong
time.
way
Just
to
like put your
there's-
hand in there.
There's no wrong way to eat
Oh,
an Oreo.
savage, David.
I will
Exactly.
say that. One
I
thing
want
I
to
was
get my
gonna say
hands
real
on the
quick.
cookie when I'm murdering it and drowning it in milk. Like I want to be the one, not the fork. I
Yes.
did it.
Yes,
You got
I
to do
agree
it till
with
the
that.
bubbles stop coming up, though.
Anyways, sorry, Alex. Go ahead.
No, I apologize. I got off on this tangent
You're
anyway.
okay.
So it's gross if you think about it this way, but I like letting them sit in the milk and then drinking the milk
Yeah.
and letting them crumble all the way to the bottom and then eating them out with a spoon. It's a very unique way to
Okay.
eat it,
Yeah. Nope.
but I don't think there's
You
a
had John for a
wrong way to
minute.
eat an Oreo.
You
John's like,
had
oh
me?
yeah, this is great. Then he's
I mean,
like, oh
there
God.
Yeah,
is
I was like,
there-
I always drink the milk, the leftovers, the crumbly
There's
bits that are in
definitely
there.
a
And I
wrong
was
way
like,
to eat
oh,
Oreo.
that's a choice.
I don't think this is a wrong way because
No, that's not a wrong way, but there is definitely a wrong way.
I'm just saying because like I don't
Yeah,
let them like
it's
get to the
called
point
just
where
eating them straight on like an animal and not taking them apart and savoring the individual pieces. That's
but
and unless you're dipping it.
Unless you're dipping.
Unless you're
I,
dipping it in
I,
milk.
I almost only dip it in milk, but
Yeah, same.
what else would you dip it in?
no, he means like
Dr.
eating,
Pepper.
eating it without eating it without any milk or dipping
Oh,
it in milk.
I got you. I got you. I was like, what else would you dip it in? But yeah, no, I think if you really think about it, the golden Oreos are great too. They're just not on the same level, but they're good. Anyway,
Man,
we can move
Oreo
on.
balls, man. Those are great. You just mix them with
So,
some Philadelphia
yeah,
cream
we're gonna
cheese.
we're gonna spoil
Man.
the entire bracket with just raving about Oreos
Yeah,
this whole
they're
time.
just so good.
Let's eat these mulatto cookies. I wonder if they're gonna match
So,
up with an Oreo.
I went ahead while you guys were talking and got caught up on the next matchup, so I can go ahead and start us off again. This is not close, and I'm kind of surprised. It's the Chips Ahoy for me. I don't know. The fancy cookie just doesn't quite do it in this matchup. Part of it is I'm a sucker for anything that can be dipped in milk, but even without the milk, I still think the Chips Ahoy is better. Which some people might like. I mean, if you said to me, "Hey, I'm gonna make some freshly baked homemade chocolate chip cookies. Do you want that or do you want Chips Ahoy?" I'm taking the homemade. I mean, come on. But Chips Ahoy is not bad, so I'm okay with that. John, what's your opinion here on this matchup?
So I'm going well, you know what? Let me actually tell you a story here. Real quick little story. It's the height of the pandemic. And some people's what would define as their Lord and Savior Donald J. Trump. Some people would define him as that. Sent us all a lovely little check with his name on it, and that was our STEMI check, baby. And Chris Crabtree and I remember it was like noon. We were all sleeping till like noon, 1 o'clock, whatever it was back then. It's all a blur. I get shook awake from my father, and he says, "Our STEMI checks just dropped. Get your pants on." He goes, "Get your Costco membership. We're going to Costco right now." We hop in the car, okay? We get to Costco. Dad and I immediately buy a 65-inch plasma screen TV. And then I saw the only snack cookie that was left in the entire building. and it was those tubs of Milanos, double dark.
Double dark. Oh yeah.
And let me tell you, gentlemen, we came home with 4 of those tubs.
Oh my God.
4
And that
tubs of double dark Milanos and a 65 plasma screen TV.
Oh,
I
there was a
love
stimmy
living
check.
in a country when my patriotic duty is to go and purchase things to get the economy going again.
yeah.
Capitalism is amazing. Milano cookies, equally amazing as capitalism. Just really no drawbacks here, frankly, in my opinion. They're just right on the same tier.
Yeah.
Founding fathers, if they had just had a Milano cookie, they
Yeah.
probably would have written that into the Constitution,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
they didn't.
Yeah.
So obviously, I am going Milano cookie.
Awesome. Alex, break the tie. You're back in the tie break position again.
Man, I really wish my elf fudges would have been here for this one. No, I'm just kidding.
You can have them.
That's why I said they're mine. I know. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. This is tough. I ate the entire Milano cookie to make sure I got the full experience. I ate half of the Chips Ahoy. And while I do think, once again, that the shortbread cookie is a better quality cookie, I enjoyed the flavor of the Chips Ahoy better. John, I apologize. I gave you the cheddar last time.
I understand. I do have to say, for some reason, my second Milano has got skid marks all up and down it. So I mean, that I don't know what that's
It's probably
if
because you had
you're
the
not on
food before you
YouTube.
came on.
If you're not on YouTube, you're missing that.
I wish
You're
we
missing
would
the
edit
skid
that
marks.
out.
Hey,
Can we?
everybody poops.
Ah.
Okay.
This is what
so-
John's underwear looks like, or his Milano cookies.
Oh, okay. Can we actually edit that out? Please.
maybe.
My father will
Um,
listen to this.
Your father will laugh.
Your father will love it. All right, our
I'm
finale.
so sad now.
Or
Sorry.
the finale of the finale. We're gonna go Oreos or Chips Ahoy. There's no reason to draw this out. I'm gonna go Oreos.
Mhm.
Alex, what about you?
I'm going with Animal Cracker. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm going to go with the Oreo. This is pretty hands-on, hands down debate, I
Yeah.
should say. Not hands-on, hands down.
Well, your hands
can't
were all in
talk.
cookies, and then you ate them.
Yes. Yes, and I deserve to mess up on my words for making fun of John's cookie over there, but
And the Nutty Buddy Bar.
You mean the
true.
Nutter Butter?
I've been all
Yeah.
over the place on this pod. Anyway, Oreos. Give
Get
them
some
to me,
turkey
baby.
jerky.
Give me
Yeah.
some Oreos, baby. That's what I'm here for.
All right.
Send it home. Top
All
3
right.
again. Just,
3-0.
just take her home.
So, I think we can go ahead and let's try to break down let's do this. Because we didn't really make a full bracket. We just did 8 at a time. So I don't really know the matchups. So let's do this. We're gonna go and we're gonna rank the 4 winners. And this is the wrong thing. That's fine. We're gonna rank the 4. The 4 winners. And I'm gonna go. I'm. If you're on the podcast right now, what are you doing? You're missing out on everything. So we have an Oreo. We had a
Nutty
Nutty
Bar.
Buddy Bar. We had a
Cheez-It?
Cheese It. Isn't it? Is it? Am I spelling it right?
That's
I got
it.
it
No
wrong
extra
last
E.
time.
That's close
Yeah.
enough.
No, that's correct, isn't it?
That's
Yeah, I
it. You
think
had the
so.
extra E last time.
Yeah. And
And
then,
then Dot's Pretzels.
Dot's Pretzels. That's right. Okay, so what we're gonna do to determine the winner is because it's a bracket, but like we didn't actually really seed the champions of each bracket. So what I want you to do is to rank them 1 to 4, and then through that we will have our winner. So I have been thinking about this since you guys have been, because I'm making this doc right now. So I will go first to not spring it on you guys.
Yeah.
Because I've been thinking about my own thoughts as I've been trying to get this document up and ready to go. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go number 1, Nutty Buddy Bar. I think I'm gonna keep going, but I'm considering the Oreo as the number 1. But for sure, those are 1 and 2. Dot's Pretzels is gonna go with number 3. and the Cheez-It is going to go in at number 4. I'm gonna keep contemplating this matchup. The 1 and the 2. Nutty Buddy Bar and Oreo. I'm on the fence, but while I'm on the fence, John, why don't you go ahead and break down your top 4?
So, oh man, the top 4 I want versus the top 4 that I think we're gonna make it are just two very different things.
Give your give your preference. Like if you had to pick
my preference,
yes,
Out of,
your
out of these
your-
4.
then
yes,
Dots,
Dots is
Oreo,
number
Nutty
1?
Butter,
Okay.
Cheez-It.
Say that one more time. Dots, Nutty Buddy, Oreo.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oreo,
Dots,
Nutty-
Oreo. Yep,
and then end with Cheez-It.
cool. Okay, so then we have Alex's.
Yeah, so I gotta agree with John on number 1. I'm going Dots.
Okay,
The reason why I'm picking Dots first, real quick here, is because I feel like I can eat a lot of them and not feel like I'm full. 2 or 3 Oreos, and you do kind of feel like, oh man, I ate too much sugar. Then again, we are eating like 12 cookies right now, so maybe that's part of the reason why I feel a little like nauseous right now after eating all
Yeah.
that. But I'm gonna go Dots, and then I'm gonna go Nutty Buddy Bar after that as my number 2,
Mhm.
number 3 Oreo, and then number 4 Cheez-It, unfortunately.
okay. So that means that Cheez-It is far and away the
Last place.
the lowest. Yeah, last
Oreo.
place. Trying to talk and type and it's not working out for me very well. Cheez-It's gonna have 16 points, which is pretty in the highest score will win. The Nutty Buddy Bar is gonna have 3, 4, 5, 6 points. And I think that Dots Pretzel is gonna be our champion. Almost no matter what. Even if I switched Oreo as my number 1, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that would make it a tie. So I'm gonna do that. So
that's so lame.
that's fine. It's a tie. It's a tie. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not a tie. 3, 5, 6. It's not a tie.
Oh yeah, because
It's not a tie.
because John has it as 2.
Yeah, it's not a tie.
That's right.
Nutty Buddy Bar then is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our snack champion, Dots Pretzels, and then our second place finisher, Oreos, third place finisher, Nutty Buddy Bars. But it was 5 to 6 to 7 on the points. So we're all separated by 1 position. So if any one of us had switched anything, like if you guys had, if Alex has Oreo number 2, or if I have Nutty Buddy Bar number 1, or if John has Nutty Buddy number 2 or number 1, any small changes would have changed the winner or the second place. So those are 3 very deserving champions. The Cheez-It I thought was a pretty close match. Like I would have been pretty happy with 2 or 3 or 4 different chips winning that bracket. So that is a good snack, obviously, but 16 points. It wasn't close in this matchup. And again, if you're not on YouTube, you might be a little bit lost here. Basically, our first place gets 1 point, second place gets 2 points, third place gets 3 points, and the fourth gets 4 points. And then the lowest points.
Cheez-It should actually just be 12
like
points,
golf.
not 16.
Oh, you're right. 12. I'm doing 4 of us. So 12 is Cheez-It, 7 is Nutty Buddy, 6 is Oreo, and Dots is 5. So it still wasn't close, but it was all of our number 4. But I mean, hey, this has been a lot of fun, really good bracket, and a really fun time overall getting to eat all these unhealthy, fattening
Little savory little bits.
foods. And taking the extras to my school, and keeping the ones that I like. So, with that, we'll have to wait and see what we decide to do for the next food bracket or next food podcast episode. Who knows? The bracket's been pretty fun.
Did you say beans?
No, wings.
Wings.
W-I-N-G-S.
Oh, I was like beans.
Wings
What,
might be a little bit
every
difficult.
single Bush's baked beans.
We can
flavor?
do it. We can do it. I believe in us.
I think we can, but it might be difficult. I also wouldn't be opposed to like just straight candy. We haven't done candy yet, but we have some
Reese's
options.
Peanut butter cups.
Let's do
all
it.
the way.
Peanut
All
butter
right, guys.
chocolate flavor.
Hey,
With that-
John, repeat after me. Give me a D. Come on, John, help me out here. This is gonna be fun to close the pod. Just trust me.
Give me a D.
Just say D.
D.
So we'll try that again. Give me a D.
D.
Give me an Ebby.
Ebby.
Yeah.
Give me a G.
G.
Give me an Otterd.
Ottered.
What's that spell?
Chris Crabtree.
Debbie got
Debbie
it.
Goddard.
Almost. You almost got it.
Boo. This
You
is
almost
worse than
got it.
John booing at Commissioner Goodell every time during the NFL draft.
It's a very niche joke.
There's a reason. Roger Goodell's the butt of sports, man. This is just a butt, man.
And on that note, we will see you.
I don't think I've watched a football game in over
week
5-6
Bye,
years.
everybody.
This is terrible. I just don't like football anymore. It's dumb. It's just not good.
Bye.
Bye.